This is our Porsche 911 slant nose. Now we scratch built this steel wide body vehicle in our shop here in Pennsylvania. Now in this video, we finished installing the suspension, get the car running, and rumor has it that we actually get it to move under its own power here outside the shop. So flip those Crocs into sport mode so you can try to keep up. So our subframe risers showed up and they are solid bushings for the subframe. It'll help a lot with handling and it also corrects geometry in the rear end. So now we get to do the fun part of taking the subframes out and replacing all the bushings. So what I need to do, drop both rear subframes because they're like independent from each other and get these old bushings out. But to do that, I just like disconnect everything here. All the suspension. But we're also gonna replace the bushings on like these upper control arms. I got you these. They're redeemable at any Chuck E. Cheese for a lap dance from an animatronic rat. All right, so this is one half of the subframe. You can see there's 3 major bushings that attach it to the chassis itself. So what we're doing is, I'm going to press all this out here, replace it with new collars that go inside, then the underside gets those machined aluminum spacers, and then we will have no play in this. Right now, this rubber is super squishy, so that's all play in the suspension that makes good driver feel, but not necessarily for performance. So we're gonna go ahead and get rid of that. I'm also gonna end up raising up the subframe a little bit. I think it's like the distance of this is gonna go up, and then also correct our geometry, which is the most important thing that you can do when you're lowering a vehicle, is making sure your suspension geometry is correct. Otherwise, yeah, you have a lower center of gravity, so you think you're gonna handle better, but you're really not. You're not gonna handle better. So it's gonna be this billet end instead of this squishy rubber. It's gonna be a lot stiffer and geometrically correct, which is important again. Got it this time, ready? Yes, I got it! Wormhole opened, Logan. Wormhole opened.
Forgot how fun this game was.
I think we should not have this on the laptop. All right, so this is exciting. We're actually going to attempt to reflash the standalone for the slant nose so it'll actually read the correct sensor and hopefully be able to fire off. Now, if you've been following along, you know we've been stuck here for a little bit because we were waiting on some things. Our new cable just came in, so we should be ready now. Once we hop on a call here, we walk through how to upgrade the standalone without bricking it, because that's apparently a thing and we don't want to do, obviously. We're gonna update it and see if it'll work. This is the Hall effect sensor we've been trying to use in the slant nose to get it to run, and this is the OEM magnetic sensor. We're going to switch back to magnetic here and see if the standalone will read it. This is the look at the feet. This is the look after I've eaten dry toast for breakfast. So we traced the wiring from the standalone up to the actual chassis harness for the fuel pump, and we have power up to the harness. So now we need to go up to the front of the car and see if there's any power issues whatsoever with the actual pump itself, I guess? Maybe? I don't know. We're all aware that I don't know wiring, so now we're powering up the fuel pump directly and bypassing anything else in the car because we think that's the real problem. It's torn!
This is a wiring problem. We're not gonna let you do it anymore.
I think we already established that. Like, I think we established that years ago.
We didn't establish it because you're still doing it. So.
Well, you keep asking me to. So maybe
I know.
fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on you. But fool me 3 times.
Don't get fooled again.
And then check the backside of the plug. All right, good, heat on. Okay, so I think it's a fuel pump issue because I have power directly to the point of where it's plugged into it.
Goes into the fuel pump.
All right, yeah. Game plan is wait for the fuel pump and get back on the suspension for now. All right, so you see on this side, this is the one we did not take down yet. There's a gap, I can like fit my finger in there. On this side, there is no more gap. So there's a visual comparison on the raising of the subframe.
Lowering the car for lower center of gravity, but when you do that, you change all the geometry because now your arms are in a different position. So if we can raise the subframe up into the car, then the arms can stay in that position and lower the center of gravity. So we retain suspension geometry and gain the advantage of lower center of gravity instead of compromising one for the other.
You don't want to look under your car and have your control arms be up like this at static height.
Right.
You want to have them this level or maybe a little the other way, but not angling upwards.
And we may still get a little bit of that because we're going pretty low, but this again helps us to have less of a compromise. It will handle better. The suspension will be working like it was designed, and center of gravity will be lower.
Yes, yeah.
You can lower the center of gravity and make the car handle worse because now your tire is not making contact the way that it should because your geometry is all out of whack.
Yeah. It's basically what I said earlier in the video. I just wanted to reaffirm it again later in the video because this is the common
If
theme.
Ryan said what I said, he was right.
Look! We have more tokens from the animatronic rat! Charles Entertainment Cheese will be so pleased! So we're gonna take Bikini Bottom and move it over there. Here's the thing about the dirty underside of the car. It's gonna be dirty again in hopefully a couple weeks when we're driving it all over the place, so.
Yeah, that's the point.
It would be nice to ice blast the bottom and, you know, do all that stuff. But right now, I'm just worried about getting driving. We just want to drive the dang thing. Hey! So this is what's going to be the rear toe adjustment now. It's literally a tie rod, and then we have a Heim joint on the other end with a double-ended threaded rod middle. That'll get us the adjustment we need. Started. Helps with the air on it, huh?
Yeah.
Alright, fuel pump showed up, and we decided to also replace the sender unit while we're at it because that one is disgusting. So let's see now. if it'll go vroom after we install this. Are you thirsty, Logan?
Mm-hmm.
How's that? That good?
Yeah, that's good. Right there.
We did add 5 gallons of fresh gas, and there was only a little bit old gas left in the bottom, so I say we run it anyway. All right, we're gonna fire it off.
All right.
You wanna do it? You wanna do it?
Sure. You ready?
I'm ready to be deafened.
You're dumping gas all over the place up front.
Up front.
Up front.
I think I'll clip on. It's super easy.
I wouldn't say that after you messed it up.
I'm gonna die in the seal.
Some of
I fixed it.
them. Right.
The one line didn't clip the whole way on. 1 battery, please. Hold the onions. Thank you.
Actually, hold on.
That was the most like. Thank you.
There you go.
This man thinks.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna take the onions off.
Yeah, he's like, hang on, man. Yeah.
Probably help to be able to give it some throttle.
All right, now we spray it a little bit in there. So it does fire, but to help starter fluid. That means that we gotta check the injectors now.
Those are the injectors.
Yep.
They look weird.
You know what an injector is?
I know what an injector is. It looks weird.
So the way this works, Logan, this plugs into the harness, and basically it gets actuated, open and close, and there's fuel pressure. It opens and closes and allows it to spray. And what it does though, kind of like with a paint gun, it atomizes the spray, so it's peak performance for blowing up in the cylinder. That's the most layman terms I could say.
Yeah.
It's squirt fuel, fuel go boom. It doesn't look excessively wet. I mean, it's wet, but
Well, not like injector stuck open.
no. I even just keyed it on quick and for a cycle and I didn't get anything. I put the gaskets on the headers because we didn't have those because I wanted to check and see if the injector was spraying that side, and it's actually not. It just sounds like it, which is really weird.
Normally we wouldn't remove exhaust to check that, but we
Yeah.
only had 4 bolts kind of installed with
Yeah.
no gaskets. So we knew we were taking them off anyway.
Yes.
And that was an easy way to see whether or not fuel was running out.
We would have gone through the spark plug hole, but
Right.
squeaky
We
wheel,
killed-
oil squeaky wheel thing, or I don't know.
No, we killed 2 birds with 1 stone.
Yeah! Alright, ready?
Yeah.
Guess what's not blinking?
Yeah, and you got smoke signals back here now.
Yeah, it does that. It is
Smoke
little
rings.
it smoke rings.
Yeah.
Gets perfect circles. Hey guys. Yeah! Dude, they throttle.
Very slow.
Smoke test seemed okay. Time to put in coolant. And by to put in coolant, I mean it's time to put in coolant lines.
We are all deaf now.
I can't hear anything.
What?
What we're doing here is putting these 2.5-inch inserts into the exhaust pipes. They're like they pretty much are mufflers. They have baffles. They have these little stars punched into them, and we can pack them with the stainless steel wool. It'll help make it not quite as deafening. It's still gonna be very loud,
Yeah.
but that's okay. I will reiterate, if you're new here, this is our temporary exhaust for our temporary engine. That's why there's no crossover, no mufflers. We just want to drive it. And it will announce its own presence, that's for sure. No, the belt sander's scary. There's bees over there. They're actually not bees, they're hornets, and they've taken it to the body shop. They're flying in through there, and they made a nest right above the English wheel and the insulation. Look at them. See, look, there's the hornets, and there's where I'm working. Think they're gonna sting me? I don't know if I want to do that.
Oh my.
But I want to use the belt grinder.
They won't mind.
Alright, they're not gonna mind. Let me know if they come after me. Okay?
Alright, I'll keep an eye out and see if they
How about I turn on the machine first?
see if it angers them.
They seem unfazed. Pack it in. There you go. They're in. Draining the slave cylinder. By draining, I mean bleeding. That should do it. Remember, always bleed the air first. Otherwise you'll have a bad time. Ask me how I know. It's the best way to learn, Logan.
It's
Make
true.
lots of mistakes. Lots of them. All the mistakes.
Actively try to make mistakes.
Actively try to make mistakes. If you don't make mistakes, you're not learning. That's just the way it works. I don't make up the rules. I just follow them. We've been over this. Yep, still works. It is a lot quieter, this insert. I want to drive it so bad. So we just got to the shop to work on the slant nose this morning. This is the body shop. You can't really tell because of the glare, but there are just, what, at least 50 or so hornets on the inside of that glass.
Yeah. Yellow jackets.
Yellow jackets, hornets, same thing.
The result to your skin and your overall well-being is the same. Yeah.
Yeah. Look how dark that is. It's only like, I don't know, 12-year-old brake fluid, I think. Figured might as well, while we're at it and I have the kit out, might as well at least just flush the brakes. Even though they're hideous and we're gonna probably upgrade the brakes anyway. All right, we're gonna weigh the slant nose. Let's see how it compares to the factory weight of, what's the factory weight?
I don't know. I have to look.
Look it up then. Car's not on the scales. We're at 0 pounds.
Almost zero.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
La, la, la. I'll also add that the car is not level right now. We're not worried about the corner balances individually, but more so the total weight. The total weight is 2,877 pounds. And the factory weight is the curb weight of a 99 911, which is what this is, at minimum here, according to Google anyway, is 2,910 pounds. We're lighter. Now, we don't have the driver's seat in right now and some of the interior bits, but those are pretty light pieces.
Driver's seat doesn't, but yeah.
Yeah, driver's seat's probably like, what, 60 pounds,
Yeah.
if I were to guess.
We got rid of those big heavy headlights.
Yeah, it's the headlights.
Yeah.
I'm so excited! Tony's excited too, look at him.
Uh-oh, there's a flashlight down there.
exhaust sounds really funky.
Yeah,
I don't really like it.
I don't either.
I'm not really a big fan of the exhaust tone, which we kind of expected in the first place, because we just went the quick and easy route to see what would happen.
It was temporary, no crossover, and
Yeah.
just some inserts to try and
Yeah.
keep it from not beating our eardrums until they bled.
When we started it without the inserts, it was deafening. I think my ears still ring from yesterday.
Yeah.
So we will be revisiting that. Again, it's only temporary exhaust because we will be putting a bigger batter engine in this, and we're going to do a whole nice stainless setup and whatnot.
It's always more fun when you can drive it.
Yes, when you can drive your project car, it's a good thing. So that is something we need to address. Also, we need to align this. Nothing's been aligned yet. We just eyeballed things so that we can make it move in a kind of straight line. And corner balance it, and
Tire clearancing.
yeah.
Yeah. Button up some wiring.
Yeah, there's a lot of small loose ends in this that are just all time consuming and depressing. And
A seat.
yeah, our seat, we found out our seat, the wiring was like ripped out underneath, so it doesn't adjust. So
And it's all the way forward.
So we've been driving around with a rubber block. Yeah, exactly. Also, we are very curious how long you've been around watching this build. So comment below. Let us know when you hopped onto this project, what the first earliest moment in this build that you remember. Because we'd like to know. This has been a very long time coming. I mean, did you find us way back when I was posting on Instagram like 3 years ago? Or did you find it in TikTok? Did you find it here on YouTube? Did you
I've been
find it
watching
because of the
since
news
the
articles?
beginning.
You've been watching the beginning?
I've been watching since the beginning.
Because he's been watching me do most of the body work.
I've been watching.
Did you find it's because of the multiple news articles written on this car that came out before this car was even finished, and we didn't even know about them? Just people would tag me in things and be like, "Hey,
Unsolicited.
your car's on here." I'm like, "What?" Good to know. Thanks for the heads up, the drive. Stay tuned, because next week we have another video come out, and I think it'll be on the 928.
Yeah.
That's the rumor.
Yes. And you are not confused. This is Sunday. We are now posting our videos on Sunday, not Saturday. So look for us one day later.
Yeah. Thanks for watching, guys, and make sure you let that family member know it's time to change the oil in their car. See you next Sunday.